as a comic book fan, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of change, right? When your favorite series has been going on for however many issues, a new creative team jumps on, maybe that series gets a little worse. Marvel, DC, they're always resetting things to #1. So let's just talk about some of the series that are going through some major changes, either just recently or coming up soon. So the series that we're mainly going to be talking about in this video, the new Batman relaunch that DC just did. We're also talking about the Captain America relaunch that Marvel did earlier in the year. Same thing with the Fantastic Four, new relaunch for that. And then we got some indie series as well. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is about to do a relaunch. They got one more issue of this. And Transformers just finished up its last Daniel Warren Johnson written issue. So we'll be talking about the future of Transformers as well. But let's start off with that Batman, dude. So I know that a lot of people were not the biggest fans of the fact that Batman was relaunching. I think it was necessary in this case, though. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of relaunches. It's kind of a marketing gimmick to get more people jumping on the series. But I think that this one was actually really important because just from like my friend, for example, or my brother, trying to get them into the main Batman title, it was really tough for the longest time because I'm trying to think of the best time to jump on for Chip Zdarsky. I mean, obviously the beginning, right, with the fail-safe stuff, but over time, I just really felt like it got really, really kind of bogged down and weighed down by its own storyline that it was really hard to recommend someone jumping onto the Chip Zdarsky Batman run. So I'm kind of glad that they started with the new #1, a new starting point for everyone trying to get into Batman. Kind of really wish that Jorge Jimenez had not been chosen as the main artist for this Batman series. Not that I dislike his stuff. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful stuff, right? I just thought that, we just had Chip Zdarsky with Jorge Jimenez. Maybe you switch it up with the art team. If you're doing kind of a new relaunch, maybe it would have made sense to have a new writer and artist at the same time, but that's all right, man. I think that we're in for a great looking Batman series with this, and Matt Fraction kind of blew me away with this first issue. I thought that his characterization for Batman was solid, showing the compassionate side. We get a look at all the different gadgets. I'm into it, man, so I'm really excited for this Batman relaunch. Let me know what you guys think about Batman #1 and the fact that it is, in fact, a relaunch. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's talk about some Marvel relaunches, though. So, man, DC, like, everybody gives Marvel and DC a lot of flack for relaunching, but DC never does it compared to Marvel, right? Marvel is relaunching every single time, like, a new creative team jumps on, or, in fact, it's the same creative team, same writer, but they're still doing a relaunch, man. So, if anybody's relaunching too much, it's definitely Marvel, but let's talk about this Captain America relaunch, man. So we got Chip Zdarsky coming in, Valerio Schiti on the art. The thing about this Captain America series that sets it apart from, the past couple Captain America series, this one was interesting to me because it's taken it back. It's Captain America where he shortly came out of the ice. So I think that kind of time frame makes it a little bit more interesting as it's Captain America just coming out of the ice. So it's kind of like restrictive in that way, but I think that Chip Zdarsky is going to be real creative with what he gives us in this series. Like in this first arc, he's going into Latveria to stop the initial kind of rise of Doctor Doom takeover of Latveria. So it's kind of interesting, the situations that Chip Zdarsky is going to be putting Captain America in this series. And yeah, man, just I think that Chip Zdarsky was a great pick for this relaunch. I don't know if Captain America might have been everybody's dream Chip Zdarsky project, but it's obvious that Captain America is such an important character for Chip Zdarsky, so he's really putting it all, you can tell. And just the kind of questions that he's raising with the U.S. military and the U.S.'s like role in the world stage and the horrors of war and kind of the difficulties of being a soldier and bringing that home, and Captain America in this new world, kind of trying to get reacclimated to how warfare works in this new world too. It's a lot of interesting stuff, man. There's a lot of moving parts in this series, and I think that he's got a great partner along with him with Valerio Schiti. It's such a great look for Captain America, man. So this relaunch, I think, was successful, very much needed in the way that it's just Captain America. It's not like, it's like the easiest way to jump on, because the last couple Captain America runs, I just never really felt the need or kind of the urge to jump on. I wasn't familiar with maybe the creative team. This one is very intriguing to me with the time place that it takes place in. Of course, you got Chip Zdarsky coming in, back over to Marvel. So I think that this one is really working for me, and I'm excited to add it to my pull list. One of the series from Marvel that I didn't necessarily think required a relaunch was this Fantastic Four series. They had the One World Under Doom stuff, and that's been going on. It's still technically going on, dude. When is this event? From someone who hasn't been reading One World Under Doom, when is that event over, dude? I feel like it's been going for the entire year. Out of that, we get a relaunch Fantastic Four. And it's kind of interesting because in a lot of ways it carries through what was going on with the Ryan North run previously. And we're just putting a new number on it, man. So I didn't dislike this one or issue number 2. I'll probably like issue number 3. It's just, I don't really feel that this relaunch was necessary, right? I mean, people were really enjoying the Ryan North one previously. This one, out of all of these that we're talking about in this video, is like the most marketing sort of relaunch. And yeah, although I liked it, it was a fun sci-fi story, fun Fantastic Four story even. I just don't know if it kind of justifies its need of a relaunch in the first 2 issues. But we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see where the rest of the series shakes out. I just wish it wasn't also a tie-in to One World Under Doom, dude. As someone who's trying to avoid the event, I was excited to jump back onto Fantastic Four with this number 1. But the fact that it's still got this One World Under Doom is like, man, when does that event end, dude? I swear. I feel like it's been going on for a long time. But Fantastic Four number 1, the new relaunch, Humberto Ramos on the art is pretty exciting as well. So in this one, I'm a little mixed on. I don't think it justified its relaunch, but I'm glad that I'm reading it now and enjoying some Fantastic Four in single issues. I was collecting the past Ryan North run in trades. I'm on like trade number 3 or 4 or something like that. But yeah, it's cool to be collecting it in singles, getting excited about it for a new comic book day, just like everybody else. Fantastic Four number 1, a highlight from Marvel for sure. I know that. I know that's right, dude. So let's talk about the indie series that are currently about to go through a sort of mini relaunch. Of course, with these series, it's not necessarily that the number is restarting from 1 or anything, but we got new creative teams jumping on, right? So I'm not the biggest Transformers guy like growing up. I don't know too many of the Transformers. Like if you put up a random picture, is that Soundwave or Laserbeak or whatever? I'm not sure, right? But I decided to jump on because I'm a big fan of Daniel Warren Johnson. It was part of the Energon universe, a really exciting kind of launch for this kind of shared universe out of Image Comics Skybound. And I enjoyed this Daniel Warren Johnson run all the way throughout. Got some really high highs, got some kind of middling lows. A couple issues there in the middle. I was, you read them month to month and it's not like a ton is going on. And yeah, I know that a lot of people were super big fans of the series all the way throughout. I thought it was solid. I thought it was good. I'm not, regretful that I bought this in single issues. But when it comes to the new relaunch, man, the new creative team jumping on, we got Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora. It's interesting because a part of why I really like this series from Jorge Corona, and then before that we had Daniel Warren Johnson on the art, it's got this like, I don't know, really dynamic kind of fighting. And I don't know if we're going to be getting that in the Dan Mora kind of side of things, right? Because when I see Dan Mora stuff, it's really clean. And yeah, I wonder how his look for the Transformers is going to translate to the page, I guess. The Robert Kirkman writing, Robert Kirkman, the legend, I'm sure the writing side is going to be okay. I'm just a little worried about the art, I guess, from Dan Mora. I'm just not sure how it's necessarily going to be handled. It's such a tonal shift from Jorge Corona and Daniel Warren Johnson, kind of messy sort of manga-inspired look. So I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora bring when they jump on to Transformers issue number 25 and start their new era. And then finally, last but not least, let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're about to go through a sort of new creative team as well. And this one is interesting, man. So Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira, they only got 12 issues to really do their thing. And Juan Ferreira got even less because he was not on 3 issues in the first 4 issues that had different artists for each 4, right? And I think that Juan Ferreira might have been for one of those, but 3 of them were not. So Juan Ferreira did not get a lot of time to cook, man. So in that way, I'm a little bit disappointed. The fact that Jason Aaron's leaving the title, I'm not the most upset about that. I was really enjoying his writing in this series, but you've got Jin Lin Yang coming in, right? So really accomplished writer. The fact that he's bringing that Asian American, he's bringing that kind of edge to it. It could be really interesting. And then we get the new artwork from Freddie Williams III. I forgot the artist's name. I really apologize, but kind of that new look for the Turtles. So yeah, I'm not mad at the new era that we're about to get into. It just feels like the Juan Ferreira and the Jason Aaron run never got to where I had it in my mind, right? Because when you think Jason Aaron, a really accomplished writer, really killing it, but 12 issues is not even like a ton for for Jason Aaron to really cook and show his stuff for the Turtles, I guess, with Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira, and to see their kind of run coming to an end, maybe a little short, you know? Maybe you'd like it to go for like 20 issues at least, but yeah, we only got a couple. We only got a handful, but that's it for this video, man. Just a bunch of jibber jabbering, I guess, about comic runs that are starting up, new creative teams, just sort of feeling out my thoughts on the whole thing, man. But sometimes means in a case like this, you're losing some of your favorite series on stands. But then, if a new creative team jumps on, it might end up being one of your favorites, like over here at Batman and Captain America. So yeah, that's what we got. Hope that all made sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. Any of these relaunches work for you? Which ones are you not excited for coming up? Thank you guys for watching.